Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Entrepreneur TV Middle East. We're here filming our next episode of Paradigm Season 2. And with me is not just your favorite doctor in Dubai. She's famously known here in Dubai for being the collagen doctor, as well as a skincare boss, award-winning aesthetics expert, content creator with over 3 million monthly impressions. But on top of all of that, she's also the founder of Doctor's Dose. Please put your hands together for Dr. Hasia. Such a pleasure having you here with me today.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
coming.
having me.
How was your day so far?
Good, thank
Good.
you. Even
Good.
better now. Thank you
Amazing.
so much for having me.
It's such a pleasure having you. I'm so excited to speak to you about all the topics that relate to skincare, influencing, in general, beautification. I feel like is just so trendy these days on Instagram, but a lot of the things that we see, we shouldn't necessarily believe. So you're here to break the myths basically today.
Absolutely.
I have so many topics that I would like to cover with you
Amazing.
today,
Let's
but
do it.
let's kick it off with you just telling us about yourself, and let's just start from there.
So I've been in this industry, the skin and aesthetics industry, for the last 10 years. I've treated probably close to 10,000 or more patients, and I've had my skincare brand for the last 5 years. So with my skincare brand, it's prescription and non-prescription medical grade skincare. It's not your bog standard, just the drugstore stuff. Because as a doctor working in the NHS in London, I don't know how much you know about the NHS, but there's funding
Been there,
issues.
done that.
Yeah, huge funding issues
It
with the
was a disaster
NHS.
when I used to live in London. It wasn't anything to be proud of,
Oh,
unfortunately.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, as a doctor in the NHS, we weren't allowed to prescribe certain things to patients who had acne, hyperpigmentation, and other skin conditions. And so we were very limited because of funding issues. Now, that's when I realized there's a gap. People really want the good stuff, the stuff that works, and a lot of it is prescription. So that's when I really delved into this world, did my research, I worked with a lab, and we created our own prescription formulas with everything you can think of that actually works. And alongside that, of course, then we have the cleansers, the moisturizers, SPF, the
Right.
supplements, and everything. But that's really where it started. That's how it started. And yeah, it's a
Beautiful.
big thing that I do. We've treated so many people.
Right. And do you take that individualistic, let's say, approach to each patient then? So basically, you have to check their skin and then you prescribe them what is best for them, right? Because a lot of it is just so commercialized at this point. We all buy the same creams,
Yeah.
not necessarily knowing how our skin is. Like, is
Yeah.
it dry or is it oily? Or is there acne issues or is there internal digestive issues? And then we have acne pop up.
Absolutely.
So it's important that you actually, I think, specialize in making specific creams for
Yeah.
each skin type, right?
This is one of the major issues, and because every single person has a different skin type, and so you're going to respond differently to things. And that's where the beauty of bespoke medicine comes into play, bespoke skincare, and that's exactly what I do.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you grew up in London then?
Yes.
Tell me a bit about that. So take me back to your childhood.
Oh my God, my childhood. So basically just grew up, went to British schooling, everything. My family have actually been in London since 1937. So it's almost 100 years. And when people ask me, where are you from? Where are you from? And I feel like England is very deep rooted in who I am as a person and my culture and everything. So going back to childhood, I went to British schooling. I had a very normal upbringing, and I loved skincare. I loved makeup. My mom was obsessed with QVC growing up as a child. I don't know if you're aware of QVC,
I've
or
heard of it,
it's
yeah.
I don't know the equivalent in America. I think it might be CVS or something. I don't.
Probably,
But it's
yeah.
this shopping channel. So this was before Instagram, before TikTok. The internet was like minimal in those days. And I'm talking about, now I'm 35. So I'm talking
You're
about,
35?
yeah,
No way.
I'm talking about when I was like maybe 30 years ago. My mom was addicted to the shopping channels. We would buy every skincare she would buy, the makeup she
So
would
before
buy.
Amazon, I suppose,
Yeah,
right?
oh, 100%.
Yeah.
30 years ago, we basically just had the shopping channels, and my mom would buy all the skincare, the makeup, everything. So we would have all of this. And basically, I've been unpackaging things from a very young age. Like boxes of makeup and skincare. And I used to love it. That was my favorite thing, to unbox my mom's makeup and skincare. Every day she'd get something new. So I've kind of grown up in that environment, and that's really why am still obsessed with skincare and makeup and beauty.
Right, I can imagine. What's your favorite kind of beauty product that you always have in your bag?
Lip gloss and powder, both of those things, because
Yeah.
I do tend to get a little bit shiny, and also
Okay.
lip gloss, cannot live without
Okay,
it.
right. I can imagine. So tell me, I believe your DMs are absolutely flooded every day, with girls trying to ask you for advice, for opinion. How exactly do you direct all this knowledge apart from, content creation? Is there other ways that you actually, direct all this knowledge to your patients? Um, is there any sort of like future way that you would like to potentially, open up something of your own and
Yeah, so
push that through?
yeah, my DMs are always flooded, and thankfully I have a team to help me manage that. But I do really pay attention to what my audience want, what questions they're asking, and all of that is very important, and that's what I base my content on. It's basically about what people want, and you find that there's trends, of course, on TikTok and Instagram. There's trends on social media, so at the same time there will be 50, 60 people asking about the same thing, so it becomes easy. So I'll just make content based on that
Right.
and answer those questions. But when patients come to see me in clinic, that's a great way to speak about skincare, educate and inform people. Yeah, that's
Right.
really
Are
the
you
main
always in the
things.
clinic?
No, I'm in the clinic only like 3 days a week.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to balance everything.
I can imagine. I can imagine. And how many usually patients do you have on board with you every day in the clinic?
About 25 to 30
Oh
patients a
wow.
day in the clinic.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where's your clinic located?
it's Jumeirah, Al
Uh,
Wasl Road,
It's where all the
Julia.
clinics are, right? That one road where all of them are at.
There's like 400 clinics
Right.
on the same road. It's crazy intense. There's nothing like it in
Yeah.
England, so it's a very, very stark contrast to where I come
It's
from.
such a Dubai thing,
Yeah.
just have that one road with all the clinics.
Yeah.
But tell me one more thing. So you sell your own skincare there in the clinic, right? If I were to come into your clinic right now,
Yes.
what sort of, like time and method like would I pass through in order to first of all diagnose myself with certain things on my skin? Do I pass certain dermatology tests? Is there certain machinery? Like how does that work? Like pass me through the day of a patient in your clinic.
So, first of all, I have to say one thing. When I came to Dubai, I saw that the patient experience wasn't necessarily the best
Mm.
in in most cases. There's this big culture in Dubai where where patients will go in, see the doctor will take one look at you. You need this, 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 mostly fillers and Botox, by the way, and then they will inject you and then you'll leave.
Mm-hmm.
And in most cases, patients come in with the numbing cream already on. It's removed. The doctor takes one look and says 3 ml, 5 ml, 2 ml, like that. It's
Mm-hmm.
really like that. So there was a huge culture of that. And my clinic initially, they were saying to me, Dr. Hasia, your appointments are way too long. What are you doing with patients? What are you doing with the patients? They're way
Instead,
too
you wanted
long.
to take your time and
Yeah.
actually understand what they need.
Yeah. You have to give it's a the experience is very important, the service, it's not a quick in and out. And when you look at my patients, we have patients flying in from London, Paris, New York, we have
Mm-hmm.
them from Mozambique, we
Mm-hmm.
have them from Japan. And you want to, if someone's taken a plane, they've flown in to see you, the least I can do is give them the time, the service, and give them a good
100%.
experience rather than saying you need this, and let's do it now.
100%.
So if you do come to me, the consultation begins with a history taking. Then we do a skin analysis. We use the skin analysis machines as well. We're able to look deep at the skin, at the pores, at the fine lines, deep into the skin, the dermis, the epidermis, everything. And then I look at, okay, collagen optimization.
That's the
So we
first thing
don't,
I wanted to mention. Collagen is something we lose
yeah,
quite fast, right? Early
yeah,
onwards.
Yeah, absolutely. So you look at the skin on a surface level, you look at the collagen, and you look at how old this person is because every single person will lose collagen. You are losing collagen.
Right.
From around the age of 25, that collagen decreases massively. You're going to start looking older. You have a peak of aging at 28, you have another peak of aging at 34.
I'm
And
approaching
this
it.
is, you look amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
You
I have
look
the baby face still.
amazing.
Collagen is still there, I hope.
And, now I'm doing a lot of collagen
Mhm.
optimization, and this is the new luxury in skincare, in aesthetics. It's all about collagen
I
optimization.
actually just got back from Japan and they were pushing collagen like crazy there.
Yeah.
Like crazy. There was collagen powder that you take, there was collagen injections, there was certain even like placing it in your knees and your joints.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
wasn't just something that you do in your face, it was something that your whole body needs. But at the same time, I always question, why do we lose it so fast at such an early age? Like, well,
It's,
why naturally do we have this clock to lose collagen? And now everything the media always tells us is that we need to replace that collagen and put it back inside.
yeah,
So I always question it, why are we naturally losing it, but then fakely placing it back in?
we're decomposing.
It's crazy,
As soon
right?
as you're born, you're aging, from
Yeah,
day one, that's it. We're slowly decomposing
yeah,
and to nothing, essentially.
yeah,
So, yeah, we're going to be losing that collagen, and the best way to replace it is definitely through injectables and
right,
oral and every other way you can get it.
right.
But now there's this quiet shift into collagen optimization because people no longer want to look like a fake version of themselves
Mhm.
or an exaggerated animated cartoon character. People no longer want that typical TikTok, Instagram face. And if we look around, especially in Dubai and major cities in the world, it's not just Dubai, but people are looking the same. It's that typical influencer
Everyone's copy face.
Instagram face, right?
Yeah.
So now there's a huge shift into
You think
the
it's happening?
subtle and, oh, 100%.
Let's
100%.
hope.
The majority of my patients come to me because I only provide that. If you come to me, I am never going to say, let's stick 3 ml in your chin, another ml in your lips, another 5 ml in your cheeks. I will never say that. It's about making people look like a better version of themselves. That's really all it is.
Right. Where do you think this animated cartoon character trend began? Because
Kardashian.
honestly, you think
I think it
it's the
started from the
Kardashians
Kardashians. It started from the Snapchat filters, which then
subconsciously?
infiltrated into the Instagram, the TikTok, and people
Mm,
just suddenly wanted to look like that super exaggerated version where they
mm,
had the tiny nose, the huge cheeks, and the
mm.
huge lips. And it changed beauty standards
Fully,
in this century.
fully.
Social media just changed the beauty standards.
And I would even question it, is it something that made people more confident or more insecure, actually? Because all I see is the more you do on your face, the more insecure you get.
Yeah.
And it's never enough. It became more of a mental disorder rather than anything else. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I
Yeah.
absolutely saw girls not feeling pretty anymore
Yes,
in their
there's
skin.
definitely a change in beauty standards. But something I will mention is that not everyone has an aesthetic treatment or a skin treatment because they're insecure. A lot of women just want to level up in life. They want to level up in their career, their personal relationships, their life, their business. And the first thing they will do is they will fix, or not fix, but enhance their
Yeah,
beauty, their face, their skin. That's what they want to do.
yeah.
So it's about leveling up, not just insecurity.
Right, right. And as long as things look natural, I think that's what you should promote, right? And do you feel responsibility in a way, being on the other side of the bridge where you're the one that's actually, making people happier every day and bridging that gap between their insecurities and what they would like to look like. Do you feel responsibility?
Yeah, huge, huge responsibility. As a doctor in this industry, being here, doing this for a decade now, huge responsibility. Um, because you have people who are maybe not qualified injecting people and they're
So
distorting
many.
faces. So you're trying to push against that, and you're trying to say, look, this is not how it should be. And so I feel a huge responsibility to inform and educate and make sure things are done right. And it does feel like you're pushing against, you know, those people who are just not qualified, not educated in this, and they're doing things incorrectly. You have a lot of it in the UK. In the UK, there
All
is
over Europe.
in the UK, there's no regulations for the aesthetics industry. You yourself could do a 2-day course and start injecting someone's face.
Which is horrible because all of our nerve endings, from what I know, like under our eyes, above our lips, it's
People
very
have died.
dangerous. Yeah.
People have died.
Paralyzation.
And people have died, but the pharma industry is so powerful, and they know they're going to lose a huge portion of the money and the income, the profits that they're getting from the non-medical injectors, that they will never allow this to be stopped. And there are backdoor deals with money being done, but from these big pharma companies. They
Right.
don't want
Of
to
course.
lose so much of their profits. They're paying people in the government and people who are making these decisions to never allow this to be regulated in the
Right.
UK. Big issue, and a lot of people have been
I think they
seriously
run the
harmed.
world, as we saw many times in the last decade. They
Yeah,
fully run the world.
they
But you know,
do.
it's something happening all over Europe as well, not just the UK. You know, like I personally come from
Mhm.
Serbia. Like the amount of botched, beautiful girls that we have
Yes.
just botched themselves. For what reason, you know? And
They're looking for a discount, and one thing I will always say
it
is that
cannot be cheap,
a
right?
discount should never be for your face.
Yeah.
A
It shouldn't.
discount should never be for your face. Save on everything else. Don't ever try to save on your face.
Right. What should be the average prices of 1 ml of, let's say, hyaluronic acid?
This is it's difficult for me to say
What's
because
a
I
price
would
that you
say
shouldn't go under? That's obviously something fake and bad.
it's very difficult for me to
Really?
say because I probably would say I'm on the higher end of for
Which is more than
everything.
fine.
It's more than fine. It's the service and the
Yeah.
experience
But the
and
quality of
and
your
the
ingredients as
quality.
well.
It's the quality, my personal experience, my training. I'm an international trainer for aesthetics as well. On top of that, so you're getting the skill. You're never just paying for the mill. It's always the skill.
Right. Have you ever told your patients no? Like, have there ever been any cases of patients coming in and wanting to do 3 ml on their lips?
Those patients don't come to me.
Really? You've never had an experience where
Seriously, those patients don't come to me.
they know?
They know. They've seen my social media. I'm very much about subtle enhancements, sophisticated aesthetics. Since the beginning when I started, this is not just a trend for me of trying to do sophisticated aesthetics or collagen optimization. I've been doing this from the very beginning. I'm not here to distort anyone's face or to make anyone look unnatural. And also, you can very much tell how your injector is going to inject you just by looking at their face. Has this person lost a sense of reality?
When you see them.
Do they look distorted? Do they look a bit exaggerated and overdone? Because that's how their eye works. There was a recent article actually just released about body dysmorphia within the aesthetic practitioners, within people who are
So
injecting your
true.
face. Because so many people lost sense of reality of what beauty should be, that there was this whole study to say that a lot of aesthetic practitioners now have lost sense. So this is why it's even more important for patients now to go to someone who kind of just looks normal.
Well, you look at it and say, okay, she's beautiful, she's natural, she's good.
I don't mind looking like that. You know, she looks normal.
Yeah.
She knows what her nose should look like. She
Yeah.
still knows what lips should look like. Or what she, I'm not going to come out looking like, I don't know, like, I don't know who's an exaggerated cartoon character, but, I'm not going to come out looking like a crazy person or cat lady.
Yeah, exactly. That was another trend, by the way.
Donatella Versace.
Oh my God.
That's
Because I mean, you didn't mention the Kardashians, but I have to tell you, like, Kris Jenner now looks absolutely
100%.
stunning in it with her facelift. I'm not gonna lie.
So
Like,
good.
okay, she's in her 70s,
So good.
but they've done a good job on her, you know? Like, also, I mean, I cannot say that Kim or Chloe or Courtney, like Courtney as well, looks very natural. I mean, Kendall looks very natural. I feel like they know how to very much enhance, and they work with the best practitioners,
100%.
probably.
100%.
What happened with all these other girls that tried to look like them and exaggerated at times 10? I don't know. But I very much always took them into consideration when it comes to certain facial procedures as good looking. I
Yes.
never thought it was bad.
The thing with the Kardashians is this: they're stunning, they're beautiful. They've had, for the most part, very natural enhancements. They have some of the best doctors in Beverly
Of
Hills doing
course.
their
Yeah.
procedures. So, Kris Jenner's transformation, without a doubt, is like the best transformation I've ever seen, considering this lady is 70 years old. She looks like Kim's sister. And I don't say that based on the face apt photos that I've seen online. I say that based on those videos that are unedited from the paparazzi. She looks incredible. Then the thing is this: they came, they have natural beauty because they're Armenian. They have very much Armenian features. They have the almond eyes. They don't have the stereotypical type of American lips. They have fuller
Thicker lips,
lips,
yeah.
high cheekbones. They have a beautiful features, let's face it. The problem came, okay, when,
Body.
well, the problem came because of social media filters.
Okay.
It's all about the filters. It's all about the exaggeration. Then you had Kylie. Kylie came in with the lips. At some points, Kylie had huge exaggerated lips. Now it's kind of calmed down. She's reversed
She
it,
grew up.
dissolved it.
Yeah.
She's dissolved it, and she looks absolutely incredible. I think they all do.
Yeah.
But I think this whole trend started from, they were the first kind of family on Instagram, on the Snapchat. I go back to Snapchat because the filters really started there.
The
A long
trendsetters.
time ago, the filters started there. So it all came through that. And it was really about the filters.
Right.
And it was like photoshopped everything.
It's
You
crazy
know?
how much these filters actually helped the industry grow. I mean, if you think about it, it was undercover marketing for them the whole time. This is how I could look like if I look at myself in the mirror, right?
That's so true.
It's
That's
crazy.
so true.
Who knows how things are connected in the back end?
I have patients who come to me who will show me a picture of them with a filter, and they will say,
I
I
want to look
like
like
my nose in this filter, I want my nose like this. Or I like my lips with this filter, I want my lips like this.
no
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
And it's fully there for free for you to use. Because previously it was like if you want to Photoshop your face, you need to open Adobe Photoshop on your computer and do something about it, 10 years ago. Now we have FaceApp, we have so many other applications that do it automatically. Not even mentioning AI and where the tech is gonna go, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see where it goes. But the funny thing is that when I used to live in Europe,
Mm.
and by Europe I mean let's say France, let's say Italy, let's say Germany, women don't actually put that much into aesthetics. Why do you think that is so? They actually age with time and they like that natural aging. And it was very difficult for, let's say, my mom to persuade her friends, come on, guys, you have to put a bit of Botox here and there. Like you have a few wrinkles here and there happening. Why do you think, in Europe is just such a different perspective, from Western Europe compared to Eastern Europe, let's say, or the Middle East?
I would say, for a long time, Europeans were the epitome of beauty. The beauty standards were just about very fair skin, European features, thin noses.
Simplicity, right?
The beauty standards were that for a long time.
Mm.
Women in the Middle East, everyone, people from Korea, China, everywhere just wanted to look like Europeans. They wanted to look like the French girl next door or the Italian beauty, So I think that they don't have the same culture of we don't feel beautiful.
Hmm.
They have it deep rooted within them, that European, blonde, blue eyed,
Hmm.
small nose. They have it deep rooted that we're beautiful.
Right, right,
We don't need anything.
right.
So then you see a lot of that culture. Whereas you go to the other side of the world where people have slightly larger noses, Middle Eastern noses or features, and they don't fit into that beauty standard that has been shown all over the media, Hollywood, and everywhere, the magazines and Vogue. They don't look like that.
Right.
So then they want to start looking like that. The biggest plastic surgery in the world in the Middle East, the most popular plastic surgery in the Middle East is a nose job, a rhinoplasty, because they still want that European small, tiny nose, that
That's so
stereotypical
true.
nose.
That's so true.
And then it went on to let's have the fillers, let's have the Botox, let's have the lip fillers and everything. But really, this is the reason, the difference. It's the cultures. Obviously, now things are changing.
Right.
With time, different beauty standards come about.
Hmm.
But you have to realize that actually they never used to have anything because they grew up feeling beautiful.
Right.
I have an Asian background. Clearly, I'm not European. Growing up in a European in London, going to British schools and
Northern
everything,
European.
you know what? I never fit into that beauty standard.
Hmm.
So I never really felt as beautiful as these girls, my classmates.
Hmm.
I didn't. And my classmates probably haven't had the number of procedures I've had because, yes, it comes from a place of psychology and culture. That's what it is.
I wanted to ask you one more question. So there were moments in your life where you didn't feel confident and you didn't feel perfect and
Yeah,
you didn't like yourself.
I think that's natural.
Yeah.
I think everyone, as a woman, as a girl, everyone goes through that. And
It's called
I,
PMSing. No, joking.
yes, it's
We
like
pass through it every month.
every month, basically, the luteal phase. Oh my God, I can't feel. No, really, women do feel uglier during the luteal phase. And I will get patients sometimes just book in with me during their luteal phase. Can I have a freshen up? And I'm like,
Are
and
you
I have to
serious?
say to them, I think you're just going through your luteal phase, maybe, but you don't need to come back like so soon. It's been like 1 week. It's okay. Um, but yeah, the studies
Please be
show.
honest.
But look, the studies show the luteal phase makes women feel uglier and not so attractive. And that's because during that time, you do look a bit dull. You
Right.
do look a little, you look tired. You have dark circles under your eyes. You lose that plump, that life in your face.
Yeah.
And the thing is that it's part of the cycle of collagen also. This is where
Hmm.
collagen comes in because it's the collagen cycle. And for women, it goes up and down constantly. If you've had a period in your life where you're going through a breakup or your diet's not so great, your collagen cycle, wow, collagen is breaking
False.
down. It's breaking down. So we have to not just look at it as if it's just aging. For everyone, it's bespoke. My treatments are always bespoke. We do a full collagen mapping.
Hmm.
And I don't know a single other doctor in the world who does this, but we do a full collagen mapping to see what's going on, how's your lifestyle, and that's where the full holistic approach comes in. And people are looking for that now. People are looking for a very high level of service and high standards. They don't want to just now come into the doctor for a quick Botox or filler injection.
Right.
We've moved past that,
100%.
100%. Moved.
But if what would you advise to, let's say, patients that are 60 plus? Is it still worth constantly going and doing injections every year, or do you think at the end of the day, plastic surgery and facelifts are better off for them?
Kris Jenner's a great example of this.
That's why I'm
She's a
asking.
great example of surgery has its place when you're at any age, but surgery certainly has its place when you're over 50. But it's not going to replace skin quality.
Mm,
Surgery is not going to do anything for your skin quality. You still need the collagen stimulation, the surface resurfacing of the skin.
mm-hmm.
We still need to improve all those things. What's surgery going to do for that? So, yes, go for the facelift if you want a facelift, but it does not replace what aesthetics and injectables can do for you.
100%.
Mhm.
I'm just asking that because the older you see these women these days, the more plumber their face looks like. And it's like they keep pumping it and pumping it and pumping it. And you've seen their face 30 years ago was much slimmer. And it reaches a point where I feel like they should stop doing it. But there's a difference between pumping in collagen and pumping in hyaluronic acid to cover up your wrinkles, right?
It's not so anti-aging
Mm-hmm.
is not about plumping the face.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about volumizing. It's about optimizing the collagen
Skin,
in the skin
right?
and lifting the skin through collagen optimization,
Mm-hmm.
not lifting the skin through volumization, which is what people are getting wrong,
Right,
unfortunately.
right. What would you say is the biggest mistake people do when it comes to skincare and you just want to say, please stop, this is wrong.
There's so many.
Don't do this. Your top three
Oh
then.
my God, there's so many. The biggest mistake I would say is replacing a professional doctor, aesthetic doctor's advice with TikTok influencers or social media influencer advice.
Okay.
That's the biggest mistake, number one.
Okay.
And the first thing that comes to mind is the banana peels. And I did a reel about this recently, but people
I don't
are
watch these things because I don't spend much time outside of work on social media. They
amazing
put
because
banana
I
peels?
had to block my social media from like 9 till 5 so that I don't go on it. But yeah, so there was this trend very recently, people rubbing banana peels on their face as an alternative to Botox. And there's influencers that are saying just rub a tomato, rub a banana peel, rub lemon juice onto your face. It's okay. Yeah. The problem with that
Have
is
you
that
tried
you
this, Amal? Not yet. She's our
don't please,
TikToker.
don't please try it.
Don't.
Um, and
It's
the
crazy.
problem with that is that you have these people who uh, they don't come from an area of expertise or knowledge. They haven't done a medical degree. And in order to treat skin in the best way, in the correct way, you should have a medical degree. And
Point blank period. It's
point blank, there's no
very,
nothing about it.
yeah,
If
yeah,
you're going, would you go to a mechanic or an influencer for your heart health?
of course not.
Would you go for your gynae health, or I'm having a baby? I see my TikTok influencer who talks about pregnancy? You
People have a
can't.
lot of free time.
You can't. And the place where the TikTokers and the influencers come from is that something worked for them. So it's like, look at my before and after, look at my journey.
Mm-hmm.
I grew all my hair back. My skin is like glass now. It's not as simple as that. It's not about you. It's about the physiology of every single person and how skin works. It's about the biology. And if you don't have that knowledge, then these types of things can be dangerous. And I think there's a place for influencers to really show their opinions and their feedback and their reviews about certain things. But when it comes to giving medical advice about acne,
Please don't.
hyperpigmentation, or any other skin condition, I think that's where I draw the line.
Fully. That's the red
Fully,
line you shouldn't cross.
fully draw the line.
Right.
And it's because I treat people who have delayed diagnoses, and now they have permanent scarring, permanent real issues because, but doctor, I was using this banana peel on my face. You're using banana peels on your face for the last 60 years, and as a result, delayed your treatment from a doctor. And now you're in a place where you have permanent scarring, and it's going to take a long time to reverse if we can, or
Right.
it's going to be very expensive also for you.
Right. Right. People use lasers, right, for scarring. Is that correct?
There's a
Do you remove
full
acne?
I use a full protocol. I have a full protocol of we're going to use injectables, lasers. We're going to resurface on the top as well with radio frequency microneedling. When people come to me, they will get a full in-depth A to Z. This is how we're treating it.
Right.
And because I like to have a holistic approach, I'm also going to inform you about the supplements that are best to heal your skin.
Because it comes from the inside as well. A lot of the acne issues I heard comes from digestive
Yeah.
problems, for example.
So when I say that these things you shouldn't be putting them on your face, you should still be eating fruit and vegetables internally. It should go
I should go
inside
inside.
and should start working from the inside out. And you
Yes,
can really tell about a person's diet just by looking at their face, their skin, and their hair. Your skin talks,
fully.
your hair talks. So if you have deficiencies in iron, B12, vitamin D, I can see it in your hair, on your skin.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the first signs your body telling you, eat better.
And while you're young, you should listen to those signs. Like,
100%, yeah.
right.
Yes, you should.
If there was, let's say a young girl coming to you, she would like to start off her skincare routine, etc. What would you advise her? Where should she start off?
How old is she?
Let's say, when do you usually start your skincare routines? Let's just say 20, 21.
I started my skincare age 7,
Oh my God.
so or before that, yeah.
I bought my
I
first
was
cream this year
crazy.
in Japan. Would you believe it? And I'm
You're what?
26.
You're what?
I bought my first cream this year in Japan and I'm 26. That's how much I've never involved myself.
Did you wear SPF before?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Of
that's
course.
okay.
Sunscreen, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But let's say putting cream on my face every night before going to bed and each morning when I wake up, never. Having foundation, never. I always believe this is something that's going to ruin my face.
So that then goes back to the caveman routine that people have been doing
Probably.
recently.
Probably.
I know you don't watch much on social media, but um, there's a trend on social media where it's the caveman routine where people are not using anything on their skin for like 30 days.
Oh,
The
okay.
results are shockingly bad.
Really? Oh my God.
They harm their skin barrier and everything because we're not cavemen and we don't live in that world with
They don't
those.
use anything even under the sun?
No, no, no. But we're not cavemen. We don't live in that environment. And back in the caveman days, they had an ozone layer and they were more protected by the sun. We're not protected anymore as much as we used to be.
Right.
Um, People don't realize that we are just not protected from the sun, from other harsh environmental issues. Like back in the day, we were protected. We don't have that anymore.
Right.
And we are open to such harsh environmental things. Like we're living in a desert in Dubai, for example.
Mm-hmm.
There's no ozone layer, less of an ozone layer now, so we're at risk of much more, UVA, UVB, sun rays, and harm from that. There's other things, and people don't realize that actually cannot do caveman skincare routines. It can seriously harm our skin health. Your skin is your largest organ. It's a very important organ. To say you're going to just rely on,
Self-sustaining.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't recommend that.
Okay.
But
So what would your advice be for a girl that, let's say, they don't have a lot of money to go and to test themselves in clinics and stuff, but would like to start somewhere?
you don't have to have a lot of money to have a good skincare routine. So start with a good hydrating moisturizer, a good SPF, always factor 50.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if you're fair skin, dark skin, go for factor 50 or
Mm-hmm.
above. I know there's this whole narrative that you should just be using 35 or above.
Okay.
Factor 35 or above.
Mine was always 50 for the face. That's
Good. That you did right.
yeah, yeah.
Good.
Because my
Good.
parents were always buying only factor 50 for us.
Yeah. I used to use Factor 50 with a terrible white cast from a very young age. We used to have it next to the front door. My mom used to keep it there. And before we used to leave the house, and I mean from age 3, 4, like very young, it was the Banana Boat sunscreen, and it was so thick and
Banana
it had
boat.
the huge, like the biggest white cast ever. And I have black eyebrows. I
So
don't
you
know
used
if
to
they
put
look.
it on?
Had it on my entire face and it used to stay in my brows. I used to have white brows with this white cast. It was really awful, but my mom used to send me out every day like
No
that.
way.
But now I'm grateful. I'm like, thank you
Yeah,
so much for protecting my skin from such a young age because sun damage is accumulative.
for
You
sure.
don't have skin cancer overnight. It starts from when you're a child. Skin cancer starts from when you're a child. It's an accumulative effect. If you're tanning, if you're out and playing in the sun, even as a child, that's going to build and build and build. And suddenly, one day, you're going to have skin cancer.
So what happens to your skin when we burn?
When you burn, it's a DNA damage on a cellular level. It's the beginning of you may get skin cancer.
Incredible. And the amount of people you see in Dubai burning every day and being super red under the sun, it's horrifying. It's horrifying.
Correct.
Now, I did have some
Yes.
audience questions that came through.
Well, amazing.
One of them was from Daisy, and she said, "You talk a lot about regenerative treatments. Can you break it down for people who hear the word but don't really get what it means?"
Regenerative is basically reversing the cell aging of the skin. So we're reversing the aging, we're reversing the damage to the skin, and we're regenerating it, basically making it look younger, better, brighter. Those poreless, glass skin,
Mm-hmm.
fresh, that fresh look,
Right.
basically.
I forgot to ask you, what do you think of stem cells, embryonic stem cells? Because I've heard a lot of procedures with that happening. What's your opinion on that?
I love them. So embryonic stem cells, I'm very careful about the stem cells that I use.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment in the clinic, I'm using patients' own cells to help regenerate their skin, their hair. But it depends. They have amazing results. The only issue is you have to be careful about where did they come from.
Mm-hmm.
Was there third-party testing, and has there been testing for blood-borne viruses? Because the last thing you want is to be injected by someone else's placenta cells or
Imagine.
embryo or whatever fetus, and it have like hepatitis C or HIV or worse. And there's been cases.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
So I'm very cautious. I have to know about the company, where you're
Mm-hmm.
coming from. I need to know about your third party testing. Although, if I have a single doubt, I'm not going to use it.
Okay, okay. And do you do what's it called? The BRP? Is that what it's
PRP?
called? Yeah. When you take out a person's blood and then you spin it up.
PRP
And it's
doesn't work.
no?
PRP is like one of the biggest scams in the aesthetics
Really?
industry.
Because
And
I know a lot of people who did it.
absolutely, so do I. I know a lot of people who did it.
Why would you say it's
And
a scam?
because we're looking at growth factors.
Mm-hmm.
And PRP, first of all, for hair loss, I used to do it a lot in the clinic. I've never seen any good results from it. I very quickly stopped doing it. And I speak to my friends, my colleagues who are trichologists. Trichologists in the sense that they're dermatologists that now specialize in hair.
Hair,
I
yeah.
speak to hair transplant surgeons. They're like, PRP is a nothing. Like there's nothing to it. It's not giving good results to people. It doesn't have the regenerative power that other things have. The reason why we use PRP is for the growth factors. And growth factors is what regenerates the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we have growth factors in that. Now we have other treatments that have growth factors 100 times what PRP has, 1,000 times what PRP has. So why would you rely on 4 growth factors when you can have 4,000 or
Incredible.
400?
Incredible. So when it
So
comes to hair loss, let's say, what would you say is the most successful way to treat hair loss in men? If, let's say, PRP doesn't work that well, maybe the transplantations that they do in Turkey that are very famous worldwide, what do you think of those? Would that be something that works?
transplants don't work if you just have a transplant. You need to have the aftercare. So you need the aftercare, which is the injectable therapy, and you also need
Okay.
topical, and you also need oral. If someone comes to me for a full hair consultation, they're serious about growing their hair, we do from A to Z. You need the topical serums, which is the minoxidil based,
Okay.
nothing else. Nothing else comes close. Then we need the oral treatments, and depending on the age of the patient, this varies. It could be minoxidil oral, it could be finasteride. Finasteride oral, most famously, Brad Pitt takes finasteride orally. And
Really?
he'll tell you, he did an interview and he said, I pee like 100 times a night because finasteride has huge impact on the urinary function, and all of that kind of thing.
Okay.
So most men, they don't want to take finasteride, although it's amazing for growing their hair, keeping the hair on the head. So we have the oral, and then you have the injectable. And like I said, PRP just doesn't work. So I prefer a combination of peptides, polynucleotides, exosomes, and nanoxidil. And yeah, we do pretty advanced things. We are not relying on PRP. We're serious about growing people's hair back, and that's exactly what we do.
Right, right. So you wouldn't send your man to Turkey to do the transplants?
No way. I mean,
That's
in
crazy.
Turkey, people are removing kidneys just for routine nose jobs. I wouldn't send anyone to Turkey for anything.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Stay in Dubai.
Stay in Dubai for sure.
Up and next, we have another question. You mentioned holistic beauty a lot. What does that mean to you beyond just using good products? I think we spoke about it though.
Yeah.
Diet, right?
Diet,
Water
lifestyle.
intake. It's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Are there any beauty trends you think are super overrated or ones that don't get enough love?
Super overrated beauty trend. I'd say PRP.
Okay.
Yeah, PRP is overrated. Something that doesn't get enough love. Peptides. Peptides. Wow. The regenerative power of peptides. And Khloe Kardashian is someone who came out recently to say, guys, I didn't have a facelift. I didn't have anything. I had peptides, salmon DNA, all of these wonderful, wonderful regenerative things to reverse the aging of her skin, to make her look fresh and beautiful and enhanced.
It's just funny because you swell up a lot when you take them, right? If I'm not mistaken, and then that falls.
Injectable.
Yeah.
And yes, you do swell.
Yeah.
Because with any injectable, we put a product in the skin.
I have a
and
couple
then
people that I know who's done it. It was extremely funny. They were just so swollen for 24 hours after, but it dries off.
Yeah, it wears off.
It's fine. It's fine. So I have one more question card for you here, which is basically very quick game show.
Oh, amazing.
You can answer the questions quickly,
Yes.
and then we'll see where it takes us. So, if your skincare routine was a playlist, what would the first song be?
Oh, I have to think of a song
Yeah.
with the skincare in it?
No, like if your skincare routine was a playlist, what would the first song be in that playlist?
Like SPF?
Is there a song called SPF?
No. That's,
Is there a
oh my god. What were we listening to, Tony, before we came? Enrique? Enrique.
Enrique Iglesias?
Yeah.
Some reggaeton Spanish music, guys. What beauty product you always have in your bag, like it goes everywhere with you?
Lip gloss.
Yes. Which one?
Always, really. It varies. Right
Mhm.
now, I'm just using a Maybelline lip gloss.
Mhm.
It's very good.
Yeah. Cool. Morning person or night owl, and does your skin have a preference?
I'm neither. I'm not a night owl. I'm not a morning person.
Get your sleep, guys.
I like to have like 9 to 10 hours of sleep,
Okay.
and I like slow mornings. I'm really not a morning or night person.
Okay.
What was the other part to the question?
Does your skin have a preference? I think your skin likes to have 10 hours of sleep and
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
hydration and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right. If you could swap skincare routines with any celebrity for a day, who would it be and why?
Khloe Kardashian right now.
Yeah.
She's doing things. Yeah. Her skin is skinning.
Yeah.
I need the routine.
It's skinning. What's the most outrageous thing someone's ever asked you to do in the clinic? We totally don't have that many.
You don't have outrageous things. Probably when they like come in with a filter, or when they come in with a picture of someone else and they say, I want make my lips like that. And I'm like, girl, I cannot always be like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You're stranded on a desert island, but your skincare bag has survived. What three things are inside? SPF.
SPF, retinol,
Retinol as well.
100%, because we need the glass skin, right? And you're going to get glass skin if you use retinol and if you protect your skin with SPF. And yeah, so retinol, SPF, and one more. Can it just be my lip gloss?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because The lips need some hydration and
Hydration
moisture.
as well. Yeah.
They need juice.
At least some Vaseline.
Yeah.
Let's settle this once and for all. Is it ever okay to sleep with makeup on? Dun, dun,
Of
dun.
course.
It's fine.
Never. Never. No, I mean,
Biggest ick for you, right?
and the reason why is because just it's about the amount of time the skincare is on your skin. And if you're sleeping with it on, it means generally you've had it on for a long, long, long time. It's going deep into the pores, and it's the bacteria buildup, the debris buildup. It's just not good for the skin at all.
No.
We need a good cleanse, a good double cleanse before bed.
Right. What's the first thing you do in the morning? Skincare or caffeine?
Neither. I wake up and I drink water, and then I go on my phone directly.
Oh, yeah. So you do a skincare routine only before you leave the house, potentially, right?
Yeah, so I like a slow morning. So I'm going to wake up,
Mm-hmm.
check my phone, have some water, and then yeah, just
Right.
speak to my friends, my family. Then I'm going to start getting ready.
Nice.
Don't underestimate what a slow morning can do for you. I think, you know, as a businesswoman, an entrepreneur, one way I've learned to deal with entrepreneurship and business is I need to balance my hormones, because we cannot forget women will never be equal to men, never, because women only have 2 good weeks in a month compared to men who have 4 good weeks. Women have PMS, women have menstrual period time. So your 2 weeks are taken away from you.
Right.
Men will have a good year, whereas women have 6 months, and we're expected to be the same as men, to do the same, have the same. We have the same
Energy levels
expectations
and
from us.
expectations.
It's real BS, because that's not how life is. That's not how we were made up.
Right.
Our biological chromosomal makeup is completely different to men. We cannot have those expectations. So when I wake up, I will have a slow morning. I want to balance my hormones, and I want to get ready for the day. I want to make sure I can really be my best, do my best. And if I can't, that's absolutely fine, because biologically we cannot put that pressure on ourselves as women.
Amen.
Just cannot do it.
Amen, Hasia.
And the women that do it, they have help. The Kim Kardashians of the world and all of this, all of these women, they have help.
Right.
They'll have a team of nannies, maids. They'll have people that will put their shoes on for them.
Yeah.
Us women that are trying to strive, we're trying to thrive and strive and work. We have to be gentle on ourselves.
Right.
We just have to try and live a slow life and balance our hormones as much as possible.
Right, because
that's my focus when I wake up in the morning.
no, but that's beautiful because you balance out your energy as well. You know, I keep hearing my parents tell me, Mina, you're going to use up all your energy in your 20s. What are you going to do in your 30s? You're going to feel it in your 30s.
And it's easy to do that in Dubai.
Right?
Because it's so fast paced.
Right. You don't know where life passes here.
Yeah.
And it's just extremely important to take it slow. But by that, it means going earlier to sleep.
Yes.
And then waking up from 7 to 9, having your time and starting off your day. One more question for you. How would you define success as an entrepreneur?
Success is a feeling that you have within yourself. It can't be defined by money. It also cannot be defined by the number of people that you help. It's about the feeling you have. And, you know, it comes down to how you were raised, the culture you come from, the home you come from, the environment, and really the feeling. It's just a feeling.
Because my next question for you was, is it equal money in your opinion? And first thing you said is that it doesn't.
It doesn't equal money.
Right. Because the amount of successful people that, you know, we meet here every single day, and you don't see them necessarily being eternally happy. They have all the materialistic things that they want in life, but they're not happy. They're not balanced. Why do you think that happens?
So money's a big part of success, right? But it's still a feeling. If you don't have the feeling of that you're a success, you're successful, then what's the point of money?
Right.
You know, you're still going to keep going. Why do billionaires, multi-billionaires keep going, 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 going? They have all the money to say that they're successful. It's an inner feeling, an
Right.
inner drive for that.
Right.
So it's important, but it's definitely not what defines it. And in Dubai, I have to say, a lot of people have that mentality that success equals money.
Yeah. That's why I asked you the question, 100%.
It totally isn't that. And anyone with money will tell you that.
Yeah.
It's not about the money.
It's not about the money.
People who don't have the money, they'll think success is all about the money. Yeah.
And then once you reach it, you realize there's just certain personal goals that you would like to reach every now and then. And
Yeah. To me, success is, waking up, being able to have a slow morning, having the privilege of waking up at 9 a.m., having my breakfast, speaking to my family, then starting work on my own time, freedom to say, I'm going to do work at this time, or I'm not going to work today. That's real success. It's having your time, feeling comfortable, confident, happy.
Right.
That's it.
Beautiful. Any sort of last minute pieces of advice for young girls out there that aspire to take your journey one day?
Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it, as cliche as that sounds. We live in a world where it's really designed for men. We also live mainly in patriarchal societies. Whether you come from Europe or you come from the Middle East, we really do. It's designed for men. You have to find your own place and do it in a feminine way to protect your own peace, your own energy, and your hormones. That's very important for young women to understand. And one thing I will say is that I'm a Muslim, and when I started my business, before I started, 5 years ago, before I started, there was a lot of naysayers, a lot of people who said, you're going to start a skincare brand, you're going to uh, have your own clinics, you're going to do this. And they would question in a way that it came from a place of they didn't have the belief in you. They also were jealous that you even had the mindset or the balls to do this. But, when I started, I really looked into my religion and I looked into who is someone that will inspire me, who inspires me, and who can I look up to? Because I want to do a lot. My mom's a big inspiration to me, by the way. She's a big businesswoman. She's had many businesses, done a lot in her life, and I would say she's very successful and she feels it. But I, there's a story of Khadija, Khadija al-Khubra, who is the Prophet, peace be upon him's first wife. And I've said this before and I will always say it because she is my biggest inspiration in life. This lady, 1400 years ago, was a big businesswoman. And she was a big businesswoman, extremely successful, wealthy, had 400 servants at one point. And she was doing a lot of trading and this. The men in the tribe in Arabia could not compete with her. The men couldn't compete with her. She was still living in her feminine energy. She was a strong woman and she did a lot. And she was the Prophet, peace be upon him's first wife. And we know a lot about her character, the way she lived. And she was an inspiring, incredible lady. And before I started my business, I envisioned her and I just wanted to have an ounce of what she created, what she did.
That's beautiful. Be it, peace and balance with yourself. As you said, keep your feminine energy, because I think a lot of women, they lose that feminine energy getting into business. Because as you've said, our structures are very much out there under, I don't want to say the power of men, but under their schedule and their systems. And as you've said,
as soon as you lose your feminine energy, you
that's
burn
where,
out. You
yeah,
burn out.
fully. So that's extremely important.
I mean, I'm seeing 25, 30 patients in a day. I'm still everything's soft and smooth, soft and smooth. And that's how I do every single thing in life. I'm going to do it soft and smooth.
Yeah. There's a saying in Serbia that it's about the wooden stick that falls into the river, and the river that's actually slower, it will take the stick further away than the river that has the currents that go faster, but it could potentially, throw the stick out of the water.
Yes,
So
love it.
it's literally
Love
that.
it.
Slow and steady wins the race, right?
Absolutely.
Right. Dr. Hasia, absolute pleasure speaking to you today.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you
for having me.
for coming over. It was lovely meeting you, and
Thank you.
I really hope to many more of these conversations because education is just so important. And with social media, we're all, out there listening to information that might not be true, might be slightly true. So it's very important to have experts like you, I think, that speak the truth out and help young and old and middle-aged women go through all of their life's stories.
That's why my brand is the doctor's dose,
Yeah.
because there's so many skincare brands, there's so much false information out there, but one thing you can always rely on is the doctor's dose.
Right, right. Well, we wish you the best of luck. We
Thank
wish
you so
Dr. Doze the best of luck, and
Thank you.
hopefully we're going to see you one day and we can do
Yes.
another interview there. So
Let's do
thank you.
it.
Thank you so much. Shukran.
Thank you.
Thanks.